Welcome and thank you for joining us for our midweek meditation today. I have headed my thoughts and meditations on Psalm 46. Be still and know that I am God. How are you at being still? I don't mean just physically still, but still in your mind, quiet in your thoughts, focused on one thing and one thing only. I have to confess that this is something that I am working on. I have struggled all my life to be still. I am what you might call a doer by nature. Circumstances of life have begun to teach me to be physically and mentally still, and not to feel I have to be doing something all the time. For our meditation today, I have chosen Psalm 46, and we will read that now. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. He is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolation he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. The writers of this psalm of faith and fact are celebrating the Lord's kingship over all the earth. A celebration of acknowledging that God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. With so much happening in our world today, we need to remind ourselves of his lordship over all the earth. We can only do this if we spend time in the presence of God with his word and ask the Holy Spirit to inspire and guide our thoughts. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Not I might be, God says, I will be. Do we believe that? Do we believe that God will be exalted in all the earth? Do I believe that? It's a good question. Finding time and space in our busy lives can be difficult. So much can grab our attention and distract us from being still with God. My mum told me this amusing little fact. Her grandmother was a very busy lady, with I think about 13 children. With no bod-cons in those days to help her run her home. A woman of faith, she had found a way of stopping and spending a few minutes in prayer before God. She always wore a large apron, wrap-around apron. If she wanted peace to pray, she would sit down, flip the apron up over her head, and spend 5 minutes or so alone with God. The children and everybody around her knew that if she had the apron over her head, she was not to be disturbed. She had found a way of blocking out the demands of her day and spending time with God. She knew that from him her strength would help her to continue on. I love that picture of Granny sitting down, flipping her apron over her head and just spending a few minutes, sometimes my mum said, with her Bible under there as well, quietly with God. Where and how do you find time with God to be still in his presence, to acknowledge his lordship over your life, and accept and acknowledge that he is in control of the whole earth? Thank you for joining me for a few moments. And now I encourage you to find space, a place, and make time to be still in the presence of God.